Every week for Foodie Friday, we talk with the business people and artisans behind outstanding restaurants, bars, cafes, and more. This week, we're doing a bit of all three. We're joined by Jared Dennison of the Root Note in La Crosse. The multifunctional space is a coffee shop, a bar, a music venue, and a place to have good food. Jared, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Good. Thanks for being here. So yeah, we talked about it's a multifunctional space. A little hard to put it in one category, but what can you tell people at home about it who haven't been?
I think it's a place where we really are focused on quality.
Okay.
In a sense of we're trying to create like interesting flavors, interesting presentations, whether it be a cocktail, a food dish like what I brought in, or some coffee, which you're going to be able to taste pretty shortly. We're trying to give people something that's maybe just a little different than what they're used to, but we're trying to represent like the best version of that. Very
cool. Yeah, so tell us what you did bring today.
So I brought two things. I'm gonna brew a really interesting pour over coffee for you. It's a coffee that was co-fermented with blueberries.
Yeah,
so it's gonna
cool.
taste like blue candy.
Okay.
And then I also brought a food dish that I can talk about in a minute, but I'm gonna get started here.
Yeah, let's do it. And this is called a pour over, right?
Yeah, so this is an example of how we do like by the cup pour over coffee in the cafe.
Okay.
This is kind of a cool way to do it rather than having like a big pot of coffee that's gonna kind of sit and we have to like sell through within a certain amount of time. We can do it by the cup on demand. So that lets us brew some kind of like funky, interesting coffees like this.
Yeah, and is every coffee that people order done like this, or is it like a thing you have to ask for?
This would be something that you would specifically ask for.
Okay.
These are coffees that, when we purchase these coffees, we're purchasing like smaller amounts, like 10, 12 ounces. And so sometimes we'll have multiple bags and they'll like turn over really quickly, or sometimes it'll be on the menu for maybe 3 weeks at a time.
Okay, yeah, very cool. So it's just gonna drip down there?
Yeah, so what this does, this type of coffee maker has the water and coffee held in immersion for a period of time. And then I press a little button and it'll start to trickle, and I'm gonna add some more water. By doing 2 stages, you can kind of pull out different flavor profiles. You can give it more body, so it's like a rich, full cup of coffee, or you can highlight more acidity for the people that really like acid-forward cup of coffee.
Okay, very cool. I can't wait to try it. And then you serve food also. You brought something very fresh looking with you today.
Yeah, so this just hit our menu last week, I believe. It's called the Sunrise Bowl. So what this is, we've got ribbon carrots, fresh spinach, cucumbers with pickled rhubarb, radish, sugar-cured jalapenos, jasmine rice, and then a tofu that's marinated in like a soy ginger glaze. And then there's a dressing that goes over the top of it, which is like a chili paste ginger sort of forward dressing.
Okay, nice. Perfect for summer. It looks like the perfect summer meal.
Absolutely. And if you want to make it breakfast, we can slap an egg right on top of it too.
All right, great. And you guys do events at the Root Note too?
Yeah, we have some really exciting events. So on June 1st, we'll have a latte art throwdown.
Oh.
So that's free to come in and watch. If anybody wants to try their hand at learning how to steam milk and pour latte art, there's a little bit of a fee, and then the person who wins the contest gets to take home all that money.
Okay.
We've got some really exciting music coming up. We've got a really fun show that's a bit atypical on the 28th. We've got some like kind of like loud and heavy music. We do trivia every Wednesday.
Lots going on. Yeah, and we've got a few things. You've got a brunch show. Yeah, so lots going on. And live music too, which is always, people are always looking for that.
Live music, and it's an all ages venue too. So, especially great for people that are starting to really get into music and seeing live music, but aren't old enough to go to like one of the bars in town to see music.
Okay, great. So now the coffee is pouring down in here.
We're just about done. We've got about maybe 10 seconds, I would say.
Okay. Very cool. And you said this is a blueberry. Is it blueberry infused or blueberry fermented, you said?
Blueberry co-fermented. So what that looks like is coffee grows as a cherry, and what we have is the cherry pit. So those whole cherries are submerged into a tank of water.
Okay.
And blueberries are added to it.
Wow.
And then it's sealed shut and it's allowed to ferment for, I think this one is about 3 days.
Okay.
And then everything is removed, the fruit is removed from the seed is dried, and then it's sent to a coffee roaster to roast.
All right, and you said it's kind of a mix between like a kombucha and a coffee.
Yeah, there's like a kombucha style note, because you do get like a little bit of like a funky fruity note that like a lot of flavored kombuchas would have.
Okay, and I did smell that when I smelled the ground beans of it.
Yeah, and like when you smell like the finished brewed version.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's almost like a tea.
Yeah,
the blueberry.
definitely.
Yeah, very cool.
One of the tasting notes on the bag from the roaster is blue cotton candy, and
Okay.
I have to say that's like surprisingly accurate.
Yeah.
And really enjoyable in my opinion.
I bet. Yeah. Well, I can't wait. I can't wait
Yeah.
to try it.
May I?
I'll hand that over and we'll give it a go. All right. And you said you specialize in kind of a unique stuff like this, right? So if people want to try something new like this, they should definitely head over.
Yeah, I would encourage it. You know, this is definitely not a flavor that's for everybody. And at first it took me an adjustment period, and now I really am like seeking out these coffees all the time because
yeah, it's very good.
Yeah,
I
they're
like
just-
it a lot.
they're so unique and they just kind of tell an interesting story.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. Nothing
Yeah.
like nothing I've ever tasted before, but I love it. Well, thank you so much for being here.
thank you so much for having me.
All right, we will see you next time. Thanks so much.
Thank you.